Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting week of Your View. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hi ladies, how are you guys doing? I'm like, why do you understand the hair suddenly on TV? How are you doing, Jerry? How was your weekend with Jumoke?
Very, very interesting. I went to the African Fashion Week yesterday. I went into the Lagos Dom Girls house on Friday. And then this morning I was looking for shoes to wear, only for me to start to clean up my shoe closet this morning.
Wow.
All sorts of things.
You must have a lot of shoes.
Not exactly.
Hi, Tokwe, how are you? How was your weekend?
I'm good. My weekend was pretty restful. I think that I had very terrible stuffy nose, and I didn't sleep well this night, but I think I overslept on Saturday. So I'm now, it will make up for the not sleeping throughout this night. I need to treat myself. I think that a lot of times we just focus on treating everybody around us that we don't remember to take care of ourselves. So I really need to treat myself.
How was your weekend?
Well, you know, I'm treating myself and the entire family.
So yes, I saw you. I saw the children.
How was your son's birthday party?
It was amazing. He had fun. We went go-karting. So.
I saw.
That's good.
Well,
10 years, right? You didn't do any...
No, he's 8
no,
years.
8, okay, that's true. It's
10 will be in August.
Okay, that's cool.
Very good.
How's the pepper
You look like you did not sleep.
I slept actually, just that my mom's going to be 70 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it's my birthday on Wednesday and her birthday also, but she's celebrating her own this Wednesday. Now, the thing is that we're having a serious issue with venue. Because the idea was just to go to church and just do, maybe just
it's getting bigger.
Small park. Suddenly they have Femo on and we're like, okay, now we're not remembering the crowd that came to my wedding. Or like almost like over 1,000 people came to my wedding. So like, hey, how we going? And the hall is one small, tiny 300 capacity hall. So we don't even know what we're going to do.
You better change the venue,
How are you going to change the venue 99th hour?
Exactly, when you've already
I
sent out
like,
invite.
okay.
Why
I'm like,
you guys
Just put canopies
outside.
That park, Fashola commissioned. You can put canopy there.
That's a
The
different venue.
spillover will go there.
That's a different venue.
But it's in
Get
Gagada
there
now.
early so that I sit down inside the I don't want stories.
Mariah, better just reserve your view table. We cannot just shout.
Because
I'm telling you ahead of time, so if you stand outside, it's all right, let's take a quick
70 is a
break.
big number.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Starting with the Punch this morning, Abia crisis rages as AGF fails to resolve logjam. Ikpeazu Oga should wait for courts to decide cases, says minister. I'm not on the run, says CJ. Politicians plotting to abduct judiciary staff. Avengers destroy NNPC, Chevron, others facilities in fresh attack. Buhari receives, approves arms probe reports. Manufacturers lose 348.6 billion naira to new forex policy. EFCC arrests Osun ex-deputy governor Iyola Omishori. Right. So Abia crisis. Who has that story?
I
Jumoke
do.
does.
It is, well, Abia State governor is
Which one of them?
Ikpeazu. The Abia State, there are 3 governors, 2 official governors and one that is going to file a case in court. Abia State last year got a Supreme Court ruling that is the rightful governor for that state. However, his fellow candidate or fellow aspirant, his fellow aspirant that is the first runner-up in PDP, went to contest his application in court, saying that he filed false tax returns as part of his papers to the INEC. And the court granted him that if you have false tax results, you're not fit to be the governor of the state. And the judgment was that the first runner-up should be sworn in as governor. And as usual, he went to court to try and get himself sworn in. He said that the woman that was supposed to swear him in, the Chief Justice, said she was not available. She has come out to say that she didn't say that. It's just media crisis. In between this, there's another person, the third runner-up, saying that the first one did not sign the letter of results within INEC, and so Abia State and the Abia State governor currently, Ikpeazu, has already declared today public holiday, declared Friday public holiday, and we all know that there's general public holiday on Tuesday and Wednesday, so there is nothing happening.
I wish I was working in Abia State right now.
There is nothing happening for a while. I feel worried that a sitting governor who has issues with tax should be caught in trying to extend when he would step out of that position. I feel that other law enforcement agencies should step in. If he actually filed false tax returns, then he should be prosecuted as a tax evader, not just being a governor. He should be prosecuted and be going to jail.
I wanted to pick on another story quickly. The president receiving the reports on the arms deal, while the CBN has also declared that Nigeria is in recession. I'm hoping that the president will consider other developmental things aside from anti-corruption in Nigeria. We need to move forward. We're in recession, there's unemployment, people are dying, there's hunger, you know. So let it not just be corruption that we see in our papers every day. What are we doing as a government to get Nigeria out of recession?
Okay. Moving on to The Nation. 4.74 billion naira fraud. Drama as EFCC holds Omishore. Only my body will follow you. Ex-deputy governor tells EFCC team. Wando records 4.1 billion naira net profit in 3 months. Why there's a casting down? Some are saying there's a AGF tells Ikpeazu Oga to wait for court's decisions. Okay, Omishore story. Who read that story?
I read the story. The 4.7 billion drama that is going on that came out from the National Security Advisor's Office. Fayashe has been linked. Omishore's part is about 1.3 billion that they alleged that has been paid, that was given to him. So he now has been arrested. He's in EFCC's custody. They said part of that money also went to the Minister for Defense. That what's his name?
State of Defense.
State of Defense.
Obanikoro,
who is currently in America. So we don't know if he will be invited or called.
The money was paid to Sylvan McNamara, whatever.
There's a company, yeah.
Owned that his children are
Owned by Obanikoro.
It was that company that paid to Omishore
1.3 billion. Yeah.
Found in his house when he was arrested was 1 million naira cash and $21,000. And he had locked himself up in his master bedroom when the EFCC came knocking, and he said, "No, it's my corpse that will go with you. My body will not go with you." Eventually, he opened the door.
No, they didn't open the door.
Oh,
they climbed through
the balcony. And then they said he was jittery, but he's now in custody.
That's what Nation will say. Nation tried to really make. So everybody had that story from different angles, so we only get that story in Nation. Okay, moving on to Daily Sun. Avengers go bomb crazy. Blow up 5 pipelines in 1 hour. Federal government versus ex-militants. Court fixes October 4th for hearing. Nigeria sliding into dictatorship, says PDP. Dasuki Gate. Why we arrested Omishore, says EFCC. Donor agencies fund. We got only 345 million naira in 5 years, says Borno governor. Declare emergency on Southeast Road, says Anglican Church. And Abia Guba crisis, AGF opens up.
This Anglican Church saying to the presidency to declare state of emergency on the roads. The diocese in, I think, South local government in Anambra State, they were calling the attention of the president. They said that part of the roads that need serious attention, the federal highways, the Enugu-Onitsha highway, the Abia-Ikotekpene, Port Harcourt Express Highway, that these roads are in deplorable state. Most of the commuters, as in, if the federal government declares a state of emergency, it means that they will be saving lives, that those roads are not supposed to be plied by motorists. So hopefully the federal government is listening, because I have been on some of those roads and I know that it used to be really bad. So
once again, we've been calling. He said he will come. He has acknowledged that he will come. We're just waiting when he will come, because we need a blueprint, a plan. What are you doing? What the money has been allocated?
Now that he has seen his budget, how much he has, they may not have released all the monies that he needs yet because we don't have it. But what are his plans?
Yes,
we need to know.
People are already complaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Avengers bombing. The fact that our country is in recession largely isn't due to Avengers, but they are contributing to dipping us further into depression as a country. And I think that all the stakeholders in this must speak up. The people that live in Baramatu, the leaders of Niger Delta, the former militants that have gotten the what was the first payment?
Largest.
Not just largest. The former militants got paid out. They studied. They were paid money on a monthly basis for many years. Everybody should speak up because people are losing their jobs based on this.
I read.
Also, there's negotiations. They are negotiating with some people, and there was supposed to be allegedly a ceasefire. Now, what is going on regarding that? Let's not pay money to some vague accounts that money that we don't have. We're now going to some vague accounts.
Interestingly, I read this story, and they said that they blew up some Chevron pipelines and all that, and they released a statement via their Twitter handle.
Yep.
That they released the statement via Twitter handle that these were the things that they had done. So I'm wondering, in an IT world, Twitter is not difficult for you to trace. So maybe since they are the ones that released that bombing via Twitter, it's possible that they'll be able to trace the real people, you know, that are really behind. No, it's true now. It's IT.
Chevron has actually confirmed that their facilities were bombed. The story was confirmed, and I agree with you. I mean, Twitter is not a.
The federal government should actually. They have to do something.
They can be traced. At least you will be able to identify the real people behind the bombing since they released that official statement.
Yeah. You just need to write to Twitter. I mean, it's
and
so simple.
One, they'll block the account. Two, they'll trace the IP.
They don't need to block it. We just know where it's coming from.
Okay.
Things that are
final
so simple.
paper. But interesting, you know, they have a speaker who comes out all the time, so they might be going.
No, his official name. They have a website.
Yes, they do.
They have a website and they update the website. So all these things are there. Yes, they can be. And I'm hoping.
Vanguard, our final paper this morning. We have no hand in Abia crisis, says federal government. EFCC arrests Omishore over 1.3 billion naira NSA cash receipt. We talked about that already. Revisit 2014 confab resolutions. Now says traditional rulers to Buhari. Government militant ceasefire in Niger Delta collapses. As I said, these are our confab reports.
I read the story.
Did you read the story?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, tell us what happened.
So we saw in the newspapers that the president broke his fast with traditional rulers, and then they were saying to him that you see all the skirmishes all over the country, everybody shouting marginalization and blah blah blah, that he should visit the confab reports and that he will find solutions therein. Now they're saying this because to them they appointed or representatives. Oh, what's the right word? It's not appointed when you suggest somebody. Anyway, nominated representatives to the confab. So they're believing that the things discussed, the referendum come to, should solve some of the problems, you know, that is bringing up crisis all over the country.
And someone said there were actually notable people at that confab. So
my professor was there, professor of international law, Professor Oyebode, and he didn't go there just to go and joke. You know, so
this is
it's a report document we need to read first, and then take some of the things you agree, even if you don't agree with everything in there, you need to at least see the report.
Is it not going to take you to the National Assembly to ratify?
Eventually,
the same National Assembly that is stalling on some things. I think that as people we need to speak up on what we want, and we must make ourselves vocal enough for the leaders to hear.
Okay.
These people are speaking up. NDA.
Not that kind of speak up. No, we don't want that kind of speak up. No.
All right, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, last week Friday, the Lagos State Governor was here in the studio. And he went tough on street hawking, and the issue had trended all weekend. People were talking about it on social media, in churches, community parties. Since it happened on this couch, we thought, let us revisit the story, discuss it, hear your views on it. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Last week Friday on our show, our guest celebrity was Governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, and he said he will commence a total enforcement against street trading and hawkers. He also said that buyers and sellers are liable to 90,000 naira fine, or I think it's 6 months jail term too. Now, what are your thoughts on this? We're going to say, for those of you that didn't watch the clip, we're going to show you a clip of that segment of that conversation, so you understand what we're talking about. Watch this.
Recently, there was an incident that happened at Maryland about hawking, and I noticed that the number of people hawking on the streets, they have tripled. I mean, it's like they are just, and also beggars. So what's your plan for curbing that? Because you've been able to help people. You know, Jumoke was making a joke the other day at Ojota that right now, because of the media and they put it, on the roads, people are forced to use that pedestrian crossing.
Yeah.
So now, no need for Kai to stand there and arrest people. So how do we now solve the problem of, tripled hawking and begging on the streets of Lagos?
Oh, you know, firstly, I just want to, sympathize with the incident that happened. It's not in our DNA to want to let somebody just die by road accident or just by no fault of theirs. But you know, beyond the fact that we lost one person just by the way that he was crossing the road, and it was due to maybe the Kai official trying to arrest him. I need to tell Lagosians that over 49 buses were actually destroyed that day. And it's costing us almost like 139 million to put that back on the road. Now the issue is this. We need to enforce our laws. We already have a law, and there's a clause in it which says that the buyer and the seller are both liable. And then we're going to fine them either 90,000 naira or a 6 months jail term.
So for us buying in traffic,
we will jail you.
Okay, you know what? I was like, yeah, better than the gyms. So obviously that statement trended over the weekend because people were wondering, how can you jail the buyer and the seller? Now, my own position was that, listen, it's the uniqueness of Lagos. You know, when you come to Lagos, you know that you can never go hungry in traffic because you can always say, "Oga, come bring drink." But he was saying, "Listen, we need this because we're building this mega city and all that." But I'd like to hear
the joke.
Yes.
That if you are in traffic for too long, you can buy tomato, groundnut oil, pepper, chicken,
even
the soup. Even the soup within traffic and eat. Because Lagos is just that. If you're going, I'm not joking. If you're going to Lekki, along that between from Victoria Land into Lekki, they sell tomatoes in bags. So that people in traffic don't have to go to the market. You can just buy the tomato, get them and fry what you want to fry.
Oh my goodness! But you miss that when you travel abroad, because sometimes when you travel abroad, you're wondering, if I can just see that G sausage.
No, but unfortunately, the person carrying the sausage box, some of them also have guns in those boxes. I've been attacked in 3rd Mainland Bridge before. And remember that I attacked the governor but we are in traffic for 2 hours. What are you going to do about that if you're hungry? And he mentioned that they're trying to reduce traffic to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I drove on 3rd Mainland Bridge yesterday and I saw their measures. Building buses off the road so they're not parking and picking passengers on that road. Yeah. Go ahead.
I wanted to say that I think I must commend Lagos State Governor, because I went to the island yesterday and I also noticed what you said, and I said, that is like a
forward thinking.
And if you check when you're climbing 3rd Mainland, the medians they've put, so people don't come again to jump over, and that causes a major gridlock. Also at Oworoshoki, they're also installing those medians. Now, I drove 14 hours from Atlanta to San Antonio. I never thought about plantain chips. Trust me, you don't miss it. Because you see, when you're abroad, your mind is calibrated that you drive into a proper supermarket, you pick what you need to buy. That's when you now have camping mentality. You pick a cooler bag. You put your things in the cooler bag, and everything is inside with you there. You don't have to look for someone on the road. Because you see, the risk involved is not just even on you, the buyer. Because you remember, people have vandalized a lot of containers to go and sell stolen goods on Lagos traffic. They sell expired goods on Lagos traffic. They change the expiration date. So the pros and the cons are there. I think we as buyers, we should measure what we want, and I think we should start patronizing fuel stations and all these mini marts on the roads instead of buying in traffic.
Let's invite our callers. You can call us on 07080668014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. I think we already have a caller. Blessing, are you there?
I'm there.
Hi, Blessing, long time. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Go ahead,
Good
please.
morning.
Morning.
Please, the one that they say they should not hug in hold up. I've had encountered with them. When there is hold up, traffic, to be precise, is that MFM road. And they stop me and they rob me. They collect company money from me, almost 1 million. It's only God that saves me that they don't collect the money back for me in the office. And so many times when you are driving, you are going towards VI, you need to lock your door. You need to give a central locking to the car, or else you will see them. It's not that they want something really happened last week here. My driver was keeping money in his front pocket, and one just run and said, I learn roundabout and said, you hit my car. Immediately now flush the man. Before we know, he has removed the money. If they can stop that, okay, it's good. But for people that want to buy and they say 90,000, they can't know what.
No, but
All right, but
Blessing.
thank you very much, Blessing.
It's not even Shanu. When I was speaking with my brother-in-law yesterday on this issue, he said something. He said, see, he doesn't even think Lagos State government should bother about the hawkers. Just find the person buying it, because if you buy 15 naira sausage on the road
and you are paying 90,000,
and you pay 90,000 naira fine, tomorrow nobody will tell you. You will walk to a supermarket and chatter the.
I like the
sausage
what
you
you
want to buy.
said. I thought was profound. Is that because those of you that travel abroad, the truth is that all your snacks you buy ahead of time, you put in your bag. Even your trash bags is in the car. When you get home, you're empty. So we don't have that culture, because people take pure water, they throw it away. Forget that you can actually have a trash bag in your car and put all the trash. Even in the buses, I hate it when I see a bus driving and people just throwing things outside.
There
So
was a
it's a
campaign.
culture we can imbibe in going forward.
Morayo, my worry is that this isn't a new law. It's been there.
2003.
And there was a campaign even concerning thrashing things on the road that they enforced under former Governor Tinubu, that everybody had bins in their
They
the
still
buses.
have the bins. They don't just
But
use it.
we need to learn that when we imbibe a good culture, we must consistently follow through.
Enforce it.
Yes, enforcing the continuity of all this. We had bikes on the roads taking off and then they're back.
Okay, let me take this call from Richard from Surulere. Good morning, Richard. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning. I'm here.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I actually support what the governor. I actually support the new law. It might be a little bit too harsh. I mean, the money is obviously too much, but at least I'm actually in support of it. And we, the buyers, also, we need to actually support this, because when we keep saying we want gala, we want this, we want that. Although if you want that, then buy it before you go on the road. When we're in the UK and we travel with coaches, the coaches travel from London to Birmingham or whatever, I don't see any single person hawking on the street.
Thank you.
So people buy everything they want to buy before they go into the coaches, and then they go all the way. So please, we should not start saying, oh, gala, this or that. No. Buy what you want to buy, but when you enter your car, and then when you get to your place, then you can do what you have to do.
All right, thank you very
So,
much, Richard. Thank you very much, because maybe we can even help redirect some of these hawkers to another, maybe to do the work of distribution, because there's a particular plantain chips that I always have to travel all the way to the island to buy in traffic, like that specific brand.
And
so
it's
it is
actually
possible,
hard, though.
and it's fine. You don't find it around the supermarkets here.
It's hard. Yesterday, as I drove, I'm used to fruits, and sometimes rather than just go to the supermarket, it's right there on the street, just buy. But I was saying that as a change agent who questioned my governor, and I believe in his drive, I should be the first person. And honestly, I didn't see a lot of people, maybe because it was Sunday, buying things from hawkers yesterday. If no one is buying, they're going to move away.
The law of demand and supply.
But I also wanted to focus on, because there are arguments for and against. People are saying there are many thousands of hawkers around Lagos State. That is employment for some people. We agree. And they're saying, what is the government doing, to take them off the streets, to prevent crime? Because we are in a recession, there's already a little increase in crime. More people are, for instance, there was someone in the papers on Friday saying on Saturday, in the Punch, that he stole to pay his children's school fees. But the governor also mentioned something. Lagos is an economically developed state. People will continue to migrate regardless of what you're doing for youth employment in Lagos State. If we don't undo it from the national level, people will migrate from the east, from the north, always.
Okay, let me take this call from Tunde. Tunde from Ikorodu, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, please go ahead. Yes, Tunde. Go ahead, Tunde.
All right, let me say this. This show is the best show on Nigerian television.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, the law should stand. These guys are dying every day on our roads. Robbers are killing them. I mean, our roads are being dirty, throwing a lot of dirty outside from the car. I mean, people selling expired. I mean, this law should stand. And by the way, you are the best TV show in Nigeria today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tunde. Yes.
Jumoke mentioned the fact that with getting something else for them to do. And I remember the governor answering that question saying that if we have more robbers, we wouldn't, if somebody steals and say because of this example that, oh, I want to use it to feed my children, we wouldn't say, oh, let's give the judgment a human face because he's stealing to feed his children. Because in that stealing, it could kill somebody else's child. So we must enforce the law. People would find their bearing, which is what he said. Now, going back to economic plan for the state, and I'll say this, that as long as people are profiteering from this thing, most of those boys you see are handled by agents who puts them on the streets
big cartel
to sell. The people that make this main money are not on the streets. People are dying. And what you're driving, you're literally trying to avoid somebody running. I see the way they run to sell one bottle of pure water and bottled water, and I'm wondering how much can they be making over this, putting their lives at risk.
True. Let me take this call from Biola from Lekki. Biola, are you there? Oh, I'm sorry for me. Yes. Who are you?
I wanted to say that, you know, let's not forget that people are also losing. When these people see that there are no traffics on the road, I've heard from source that sometimes they actually destroy the roads. They actually pour a chemical on the road that softens the road. Then they now break the road. So you must slow down when you get to that pothole so that they can sell their market. You see the things that is going to be there will be a 360 change. This thing you're saying, people are throwing sachet water bags from the buses. When they don't have sachet water bags to buy on the road, nobody will throw it out. Then number two, the roads will be in better state. All the things that the governor is putting, or the government is putting in place, like the medians and all that, it will be there. So I think that we should weigh our pluses more.
We'll talk more on this topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, on this Hawkins story, let's take some tweets, please, Jumoke.
Ademi Roger says, let's be realistic. How many and how are they going to implement arresting the buyers? The penalty is more for fear factor. Tubosun said, it's a good idea, but I think the law shouldn't go beyond major roads or the roads that are prone to robbery activities. Tariq's rule says, provide workable alternatives to rehab them, then prohibit street trading after 6 p.m., thereafter total ban. Odufua says, after kerosene price has been multiplied twice its former amount, why won't Nigerians prefer road snacks? And now Lagos is going tough.
And all those people all the mechanics that work in different corners, you know, the women that buy there, that sell the food. Those are hawking also. It's not just
a different type of.
He's still hawking.
But what I feel is that we've agreed that it's an advantage. It's a good policy for us. It's taking us from where we were to a better place, cosmopolitan Lagos. But Lagos is the only cosmopolitan city in this country, and everybody keeps coming here, and they will keep on coming here.
True.
So every state needs to develop. My husband came here immediately after secondary school. His brother came here immediately after. Everybody just after secondary school come to Lagos.
You
come and hustle in Lagos. Yes, come and hustle in Lagos, and that means that even if they stop this, something else would come up, either robbery or some other crime. To curb this, the government needs to release the exclusive list. Let the states
the federal government
needs to release the exclusive list. Take some things off. Start the process. Okay. Lagos, they can't keep hustling on it by themselves alone. They would weaken themselves and collapse.
And then I heard some suggestions online. Somebody was saying, for instance, the cost of rent in Lagos, if there was some fast rail through maybe Ogun State to Lagos. He would stay in his father's house in Ogun State and be living in Lagos. That all the migration is because of the economic activities. That Lagos State should also start to think outside of the box. The way we are planting rice in Ogun State.
That's the government's job, federal government. So Lagos State will not become the capital.
Well, they don't have a choice. Look, we have 200 million people in Nigeria. Lots of the youth migrating into Lagos. So Lagos has to be proactive in this. To say the neighboring states, what can we do that will employ youth? Okay, we are farming in Ogun State. All the youth you are carrying from Hawking, or you are going to start farming in Ogun State.
Exactly. So we need to do that interstate.
So that we empower them. If not, if you just take them off the road, crime will actually.
I asked the governor, and he mentioned the fact that you can't mentor other states. You need the partnership will be based on, is the governor there willing to partner with you?
I agree.
I also wanted to just add, because I also noticed that, and we asked him, and he said that, you know, he couldn't afford to have a barracks on the waterways. But when I looked at that Ilubrim project again on Saturday, I looked at the number of employment opportunities that these people on the streets would have had. So if the government is also developing, Lagos State, there are menial jobs that can even earn them much more than what they are running on the in traffic for. So I think the governor should probably, and his team should actually look for an innovative way to handle all these projects that are abandoned, because it will actually bring employment for people, and it will save, you know, all this drama of where do you place them. And
finally, the issue is that people who live outside, we must find a way to encourage them to stay in their states, but they can actually work in Lagos State, because in other countries, my brother lives in New Jersey, but for over 20-something years, he works in New York and takes a train morning and night. So we should be able to have that kind of system where people, so once our light rail
connectivity,
we will have so much migration into Lagos State. Unfortunately, we can't go further on that topic, because another seriously trending topic happened this weekend. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Over the weekend, yeah.
My darling Stella Udua. Now, it's still an allegation. We don't want to, but we need to talk about it because it's online and it's trending. That's why we're talking about it. It doesn't mean that anything is has been confirmed yet. But what we read over the weekend is that EFCC, that's the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, recently uncovered an account with the sum of 2.5 billion naira, which was allegedly traced to former Aviation Minister Senator Stella Odua's housemaid's account. Now, as I said, it's trending. We don't know if it's true, because I love Stella Odua very much. I wish we didn't talk about this, but you know, we have to talk about it. I'm just joking. But you can call us on 070-80-668-014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YoviTVC and let's hear your thoughts on this. All right, so this is trending. Okay, let me let Uwa go first, because she's calmer. She looks calmer. Let me let her go first than you that are ready to jump.
Well, it was alleged that Stella Odua actually opened an account for her maid, and they said this account has, you know, had series of billions of naira pass through that account. But as of the time the account was uncovered, it had about 2.5 billion naira in that account. Now, from the reports, they said that this account has the picture of the housemaid, the former housemaid, and has her name, but the signatory, the sole signatory in that account is Stella Odua. When I read the story, I mean, my head just blew up. So what is the point of me going to the bank and trying to confirm my signature? That means that bank, number one, I think where the penalty should start from, EFCC should go after that bank. It's not just Stella Odua. They should go to that bank. How can someone have an account and what's it called? How does she withdraw from that? Because normally when you go for transactions, you want to withdraw from an account. Of course, they must do a facial recognition. So how have they been withdrawing from that account? Or is it that she's giving checks to people, she's going blindly? Or they want to say that they are totally blind to the fact that that thing is happening without Stella Odua's, I mean, without the bank's knowledge. So because the house help now has come out to say that she does not have any clue that that money, she does not even know that she has that kind of account. That she does not know that that money exists.
Those kind of accounts can easily be opened. And I'll say that because just last week, the bank, this same bank that has this money, one of their marketers asked me that I should open an account. Just bring passports. I won't get to the bank at all. She will come to my office and I'll give her my information and sign, and then she'll bring my checkbook. So I never actually literally get to the bank. Knowing that, if I open a false account, an account with my housemate, and I just sign, and it's a checking account, I never have to get to the bank. I give the check to everybody. Now, they said that they found 2.5 billion naira in that account, but the volume of transaction is triple that. Like a lot of inflow and outflow. Inflow and outflow of cash are taking place in that account. Thank God for BVN.
That's what we're saying.
You know, because we need to be smarter than these corrupt people. And I'm saying allegedly these corrupt people. At every point in time, they will try to beat the system. So the government must use the best heads available without going through nepotism to pick their best pals into the position. Pick the best head available and put policies on ground that will prevent corruption. If when BVN would probably freeze this account, my account was frozen for a while in one of the banks because I did not put my BVN. I couldn't transact on that account until I put in my BVN, linking all the accounts together. So there's no way. We need to ensure that these policies are put in place. We can't fight corruption without putting economic policies on ground. So BVN, good one. They must bring in more policies that would help us curb corruption on the long run beyond trying to get money from the past.
Is the BVN I wanted to bring to the fore. But talk about how are you sure that this BVN has not been attached, her own BVN has not been attached to that account?
Because
did they state anything like that?
Your name,
and it must align with the account.
So I'm sure BVN, probably an account has been frozen for a long time. So they wonder why 2.5 billion is an account and is not being used for.
These are all just suspicions.
But EFCC has said that they found 2 billion. And the signature, they confirmed the signature.
But we must commend.
So I don't know where the allegation is.
I think we must commend the EFCC because apparently now that they decided to work, they are actually working and uncovering a lot of things.
But nobody has been thrown into jail now.
If EFCC is working, nobody has been thrown into jail. They say that that's the judicial process. Our judges are the ones slowing down the cases. But they have also defended Buratai, the COAS, who has 2 mansions in Dubai and said that he was saving. In the first instance, how did Stella Odua go scot-free from the allegations of buying 2 BMW vehicles without approval? How did she become a senator with that kind of huge allegation? So it's this system.
Okay, let me take this call from Nino from Ikorodu. Are you there?
Yeah, Murayo, first-time caller.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
I'm so proud of you, ladies. So proud of you. Jum.
Thank you.
Intelligent Jimoke. Topsy.
Hello.
Who are you boy in the house? Sorry, I want to comment on what Governor Ambode talked with you people last week.
Yes.
See, I always travel to the east, but I don't go through air. Except when I want to come back to Lagos. Why? Because I love banana a lot, or a banana. So, I'm going now, but you know that banana selling there, you are terrible and demonic hold up. So, what they did was to create a very good place for them off that road. So, you need to go and park and buy lots of banana. If we do that in Lagos, it will help a lot. They just push them to one end, have parking space. So you park, you buy as many gala you want to buy, then you move. I think it will be okay.
Fantastic.
She reminds me of what happened over the weekend. People who were condemning the governor went to bring an old picture of him buying roasted plantain on the streets. And I said, can't people differentiate street hawking from street trading? A street trader is by the side of the road. You have to park your car to go and meet them.
And don't forget that they pay fines. They pay fines to the local government for that space. They pay rents.
They're 2 different things. You see, the guy who's walking up to you, you are a sitting duck. If he has a weapon, you can't go anywhere. But the other person by the roadside, it's your decision to stop, to go and buy from them. So the governor was seen going to approach somebody to buy something. He was not buying from a street hawker.
Okay, let me take Christian from Ikorodu. Good morning. Are you there, Christian?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please go ahead.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Please, the introduction of BVN, I think that this is just the beginning. We see many shots coming up.
We can't hear you.
The best show. He's coming.
Thank you, Christian.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that's
all.
But you know, the suggestion from not this caller, the caller before this, saying that they should have a place where you can buy things. The Oworonshoki Park and other parks like that they're developing could be hubs where you can buy.
They're already there.
The street hawkers now leave the streets and station there. So if you want to buy your chin-chin, just go there, buy chin-chin, get back to the road.
If it's that important
and
to you.
and don't cause traffic on the road.
I mean, all the popcorn, I always target popcorn.
And do you know how bad it is? I see some people sometimes just heartless. You are in traffic, you've been there for hours, then the person will just stay there. You're honking, the person stays there.
He wants
trying
to buy
to transact business.
He wants to buy chips.
If we want to kill traffic downtime,
which is why the buyer should pay.
Of course, that's why I'm saying that. Is the buyer, just charge the buyer.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
But I want to buy chips. But I must commend the governor because I saw that Shoki Park yesterday. I hadn't gone on the bridge in a while.
Beautiful.
Fantastic idea. Wherever that idea came from.
God bless the person.
Ambode, you are the man.
Okay, for Jumoke to say that, that's a lot of compliment. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's not forget the Stella Odua matter.
Yes,
because
there are tweets on it.
All right, so we'll take those tweets when we come back. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. We have Adedoyin calling from Ikorodu. Good morning.
Good morning, Morayo.
How are you doing? Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead,
morning,
please.
Good morning, Jumoke, everybody. I want to comment on Governor's stand last week. Was it last week?
Yes. Friday. Yes.
So the man is in charge, really. As much as I'm passionate about Lagos, it's not everybody that actually have business staying in Lagos. That's true. If they're not really ready to abide by the rules, they should leave Lagos. Because we have a target in Lagos. Mega City. That's the truth.
Adedoyin, you want to deport us?
Hello. Concerning the issue of Odua, the thing is, we don't have integrity in this country.
Yes, sir.
You can imagine somebody of that nature, a woman. And you feminists, you be saying
what does woman have to do with it?
Woman can do it better. What have you?
What does woman have to? Don't know.
Yes.
That's sexist. What does
Let
woman
him finish what he wants to say. Please continue.
Let me talk, please. We're socially joking. So the thing is, we don't have integrity in this country. You can imagine somebody like that. You find her in Senate, upper Alo Chamber of Nigeria, and what have you.
Lawmaker.
It's a shame.
Thank you very much, Adedoyin. Thank you very much for your comments.
Can we take tweets?
Hang in there. We'll take tweets, but hang in there. Let's not be sexist. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
Let's not bring out the fact, the woman. Because when I'm driving, you can't just say, woman, move. And
it could be anybody.
But we have to woman man thing.
Anybody. We've had a lot of corruption allegations
against men
from EFCC against a lot of men.
Yes.
Not just one against a
Tariq's rule says, Dear Madam Stella Odua, I hereby tender my application letter for the position of houseboy. Daniel Tommy says, our banks are agents of corruption. All of them are guilty of this fraud. Mrs. O says, in our banks, except for 2 banks she mentioned, you can use your account officer to deposit millions without documentation. Whoa. Then Don Ikobi says, the richest housemaid in the world, all thanks to Stella. Where is Guinness Book of Records?
Sukomi says, let everybody in state or federal level declare his or her assets after swearing in to a post or portfolio. Omolaja Olatunji says, people are already resigning their jobs in droves. What could be more rewarding than a housemaid with 2.5 billion in our accounts? Mark Aruya says, my people, this is what BVN was supposed to fix, but the banks are our major problem in this country.
And this is one bank that everybody's controversial bank. And let's talk about that. Adesola, are you there from Alausa?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. I wanted to talk about the senatorial mission.
Oh, okay, that was an issue review.
Are you there?
Okay, go ahead, please. Go ahead, Adetola.
Okay, we have another tweet. Tariq's rule says, this Stella Odua's story is fantastically fantastic and interestingly interesting.
I wanted to mention the fact that the case of this country is like we know these people are corrupt. We know that there are allegations over their head, and we still vote them into power. I think as electorate, we should educate ourselves to speak up against when somebody wrong is speaking up. Stella Oduah won the senatorial candidacy from a party, even though she had allegations hanging over her head. She was elected in the party by delegates who are Nigerians, who knew that she bought allegedly bought message. No, it was an allegation. Yes. There was paper proof of her buying those cars for exorbitant prices.
Do the needful.
So we voted her into power. We need to be more conscious about it. Also, there's no immunity holding Stella from being prosecuted for those crimes and for this one too.
That's why they won't arrest her.
It was interesting. We're in 2016.
Yeah.
Do you know that by 2019, when
these same people will go back?
They will forget. All of us, all the citizens will forget all these allegations,
then
and they'll run for office and we'll go and vote them again.
Then also, we're thumbprinting party.
As opposed to the person.
I, for instance, when I was House of Rep, I did not know who the contestants were.
Just voted the party.
It was just the party.
Let me take this call. Ola, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to contribute something. One, regarding Ambode's stance about street hawking.
Yes.
I think every time the government will not be on our side, we should realize that it's a task, it's a big task managing people. So, not every time government will be able to be on our side, but I think they are trying to save. What they do is to save us or to make life comfortable for us. The other lady said they should create a park where people can go and buy. Lagos is not like Ondo or where you just drive past. Lagos is kind of unique where you go, it's just like a cycle where you go around. I don't see where Lagos government can create a park. If you create park in Urosoki, lots of people who live in Ogba side, who live in Badagry side. We should try to abolish street trading.
Totally.
Some people will not be happy with it. Let us just abolish it. It is not a means to life. Let us just close our eyes and say, you know what? We're not buying from you. Don't sell to me. I'm not ready to buy from you. And don't. If there's no buyer, there will not be seller.
I'm telling you, I said it now.
What is worrisome for me is that the fight for corruption, we would see no end to it. EFCC would press charges, will press charges, and the court will do nothing. They will keep on postponing till the end of these 4 years. The people that are supposed to represent us and make the laws to provide a new courts judiciary system targeted at corruption won't do it because they are facing major allegations and they are going to be the ones that would probably be suffering from this. Murayo, I am sad and worried that it will take us 4 years to now change this. Are we going to continue sitting there waiting for 4 years before we can change
sometimes
the senators?
It might be our final wait because, as I said, more Nigerians are getting more educated, more enlightened, more exposed to what the real issues are.
4 years, Murayo.
So
no, you don't have to wait 4 years now. Tell me who your senator is. I'll start the petition. We just need how many thousands of people to vote.
Talking about senators.
Yes, now.
Our road, Shangisha, they started doing it.
Yes, so.
Hey.
It's good to talk.
Even that erosion part. They put stones. Jehovah, high five at the back.
My own Senator Yayi, I must wave to you today. I heard all I heard all the reports, the things that you are doing, and you are even coming to come and say them by yourself. We are now
Iton Eyo says, well, you have said it all. It was a collaboration between Oduah and the banks. Then someone says,
Oni Olumide says it's so sad that at the end of the story she may pay a fine which she could easily afford.
Gosh.
Avila making jest of it says, I beg Stella, if you wash plates wella. Then Oluwatoyin was replying someone and says she wants a housemaid. I beg to apply to be a housemaid.
But the house doesn't own the money now. She's the one signing.
Neret says the case of Stella Oduah is just one of many. Yes. And I totally agree. There are very many of them in the Senate, former ministers, former governors who have dipped their hands in our coffers. The EFCC has the work up to here for them, but we applaud them, we encourage them, we commend them. We hope that it's a balance. Every corrupt politician, one after the other, gets the same treatment.
Like Jumoke said earlier, the government is fighting corruption, but we need economic policy to move forward. And beyond just catching them, we need to enforce that they are charged to court, and if they are found guilty, they face the highest rot. That way we discourage others from going into corruption.
Yes, Owa.
My final take is on the medians that the governor is putting. Please, they should keep on putting the medians, because just at motorways here, people refuse to use the pedestrian crossing. They still cross across high-speed traffic. I mean, we have to save lives. People, when there are laws in place, people will definitely, the mindset would actually change, and it will shift towards us doing the right things.
And I think also the government has put the ball in our court as citizens. Yes, I put these principles here, but you have to be the one to trust these directives and then implement them. Because if you don't buy, someone like me now, I'll try very hard to eat before I leave the house.
It's hard.
Buy my plantain chips in my car and not
patronize any street
hawker, so that you know we can support the government. Yeah, so that in 2019 we know what we are voting for.
Yeah.
That's all we can take on the show. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.